I'm in the mood for love. Oh, hi there. I didn't see you there. Hey, well, as long as you're here, we should talk about some comics, right? Yeah? Talk about comics? Yeah. So, you know, I'm just going over these Legion of Superhero comics right now. We've got the main Legion of Superhero comics, and we've got Adventure comics. This one is going to make it through the DC relaunch with pretty much the same creative team. I believe it's going to be Paul Levitz, and I don't think actually that Yildiray Cinar, I think that's his full name, is going to be the artist. I believe that guy is actually going to be drawing Firestorm with Gail Simone and Ethan Van Sciver writing. But Paul Levitz does still get to be in control of Legion of Superheroes, which will make all Legion of Superhero fans super, super happy. I'm one of those. And then, of course, you've got the ancillary book, Adventure Comics, which is just sort of a way to spotlight individual characters in this particular issue, all about Comet Queen. Comet Queen, who's sort of probably the most popular of the Legion of Substitute Heroes. Yes, the Legion of, the Legion Academy. I would suggest that she's probably the most popular. You got other characters like Power Boy, but Power Boy, really? Power Boy, you know? Gay. Isn't that kind of, yeah, right there, and not the good kind of gay.
Gay.
The other Legion book that's going to be coming out is called Legion Lost, which has no connection to the former Legion Lost miniseries written by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, drawn by Oliver Copiel. It's a whole different take on the Legion Lost storyline with the idea of a core group of Legion of Superheroes characters being trapped in our timeline. I believe it's going to be Gates, the teleporting sort of centipede with multiple arms. Centipede, and he talks to a little beak and all this stuff, and he teleports. He makes these weird little teleport holes. You've got Tellus, the aquatic telepathic dude with a big, he wears sort of this helmet because he's aquatic and stuff, you know, with water in it. You got Timberwolf, Dawnstar, and Tyrock, the Master of Sound.
Ooh, that sounded great.
Other kind of neat books I thought I'd go over here. We got this neat anthology book that DC put out a while back called Strange Adventures. Now, what the hook for me on this one, beyond the Paul Pope cover, I love Paul Pope, and I do think this cover is kind of screwed over a little bit by the stupid Green Lantern headdress. They're doing this on all the DC books right now, and sometimes it really kind of makes the cover look a little worse. And in this case, I think that was one of them. But the hook for me was, yes, Ultra the Multi-Alien. He's totally uber cheese, but I love this guy. This dude who gets shot by some crazy... the deal is she's some space dude. This is like classic old sort of 50s, 60s sci-fi. And he gets shot by these 4 different aliens with these funky ray guns. And each alien that shoots him makes that portion of his body turn into... yeah, Ultra the Multi-Alien. He's a guy who he's composed of 4 different aliens. It's totally cheesy, and I love it. Because each alien race has these funky abilities like... lightning leg. It's so perfectly awful and awesome at the same time. I think one of these has telepathic abilities, and one of them has like magnetic abilities, and of course he has like a bird leg that helps him fly. Because check it out, see a little ankle wing, just like Namor. In comic books, ankle wings make you fly. Other neat storylines in here, and this was actually really well written, I should emphasize. As cheesy as the concept is, this is really a story about a guy who's lost his mind from being this weird creature. He's sort of lost who he is as a whole person. It's really quite neat. And you get this neat little story here by Ross Campbell. Just this bizarre story about this chick who, I think it's all about her kid, and she's trying to regain custody of her kid, but her house is this total dump. And then this weird stuff starts to happen where she gets this weird wound thing going on, and then it gets all bizarre, and it's totally neat. All sorts of fun stuff like that. This story here, I don't know if it's called the Postmodern Prometheus, another fun story. And of course here you've got, at the end of the storyline, actually this was probably my least favorite of them, but it looks great. It was this story called Spaceman by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Rizzo. Of course, the guys that brought you the ever-brilliant 100 Bullets, probably one of the best comics ever created. So if you like anthology books and you like strange space adventure, this is the book for you, and that was really hard to enunciate, by the way. And then you've got this funky book over here. This is issue number 1. I think it's on issue number 6 now. And they're going to do something with these characters. This was a really failed attempt, but it was a neat idea. This book called Weird Worlds. Weird Worlds stars the first in every issue, the first story is Lobo. It's a very toned down, lame Lobo. If you're going to make a Lobo book, you really got to go balls to the walls. You can't be a wimp about it. You have to go full tilt, violent, and this does not deliver. It's not even as enjoyable as Lobo was in the animated Superman the Animated Series, and I think he was even in Justice League at one point, the cartoon. Not really good. And it was a bad storyline to launch things with. And then you've got this, you know, I want to say something good about this. Garbage Man.
What? Oh no!
But he's just Garbage Man. He looks neat, but there's not much there, and it really does read like a comic that was created 20 years ago. I don't hate it. No, but I have a hard time forking out my money for it every month. The gem in this series is indeed Kevin Maguire's Tanga. A fun series. It's goofy. It's got great Kevin Maguire art. And they are going to do something. There is going to be some sort of DC book. It might be that DC Adventures or DC Universe Presents. They are going to actually continue on with those two characters after the DC relaunch. Lobo, I'm sure, will be in something at some point. He is a very popular character, even though they keep on screwing him up with things like this. He was great in Rebels. And then next up we got this. This was a great issue for one thing. This was the Static Shock special that was created as an homage to the late, great Dwayne McDuffie, who created Milestone Entertainment and has done great stuff with all the DC animated stuff. All-Star Superman, the best animated thing DC has produced so far. My favorite Superman story of all time. That guy nailed it. Now, he didn't write All-Star Superman. That was Grant Morrison, but he adapted the cartoon, which I think you would like quite a bit, Barry. You like Superman and crap. The best part about this wasn't the story. It was the emotion behind it. It really was a giant, respectful, you know, paying homage to this great creator. And there he is, Dwayne McDuffie. And my favorite part was this write-up by some dude whose name I can't even remember right now, but he was a close associate with him. And it was just a great write-up on the man, the influence he had, and how great he was. Dwayne McDuffie, the guy will be missed. I loved him. He was a fantastic, fantastic creator. I'm just going to get back to the comics here. See you later, man.